Next up on my list of teams playing in the IPL, a SWOT analysis for that team is Kings 11 Punjab. Now, this is one of those teams, there are three in fact, which have never won the IPL title. So, this is something that has eluded them. There's RCB and there's also Delhi Capitals. All teams on paper look very evenly balanced. They have since the first tournament itself from 2008. And yet, some teams, despite the abundant talent that they possess, the riches that they've had, they've never been able to win the title. And like RCB, Kings 11 Punjab is one of those teams. The last time, in fact, they made the playoff rounds was in 2014 when they finished runners-up. So you can make out how inconsistent, in fact, poor is the word I would use, that they have been in performance. In the last two seasons, they finished 6th and 7th. So this is not something that will have pleased the owners of the franchise. So KL Rahul emerges as a major domo. He scored, he's been the highest run scorer in the IPL since 2018. In fact, over the last two seasons, cumulatively, when you look at what he's got, total number of runs, he's been the highest scorer. He was the second highest in 2019 and the third highest in 2018. But put together, 1,252 runs, 54.43 average, 146.6. That strike rate is really impressive, and that's what makes Rahul such a dangerous player in wherever he plays, but particularly in the IPL. And that's why the Kings 11 Punjab will be expecting so much from him. The weakness, and this also is very obvious, they just cannot seem to sustain the tempo through the tournament. They start off well. 2019 IPL, first 6 matches, they won 4, lost 2. The last 8 matches, or the remaining 8 matches, won 2, lost 6. In 2018, it was in fact even worse as far as the results were concerned. First 6 matches, they won 5, lost 1. Last 8, won 2, lost 6. So it shows, some kind of a alarming dip in performance, in form that happens. Either it's difficult to put a finger on what really goes wrong for them, but obviously they cannot sustain. The tempo just falls. It may have to do with tactics, strategy, man management, fitness, coaching methods, whatever. But this is a serious weakness. What is the opportunity? The big opportunity for them is they've got Glenn Maxwell back in their ranks, and the happy part is that Glenn Maxwell looking in the kind of form which makes him arguably the most dangerous player in this format. He just had a very good match against opening match against England in the ODIs. So in a different format, but he's back amongst the runs, and he's a match winner. And this is very crucial because he can bat anywhere in the order. The batting order doesn't really matter to him. 5 matches he's played, 300 runs for Kings 11 in the UAE in the past. So he's been in and out of this franchise, but 5 matches, 300 runs. So he's got a good record in the UAE and a strike rate of 201.3. And Glenn Maxwell in the IPL 2018, he played for Delhi Capitals. 12 matches, 169 runs, 14.08 average. So there is an opportunity even for Maxwell to redeem himself. He's been bought for 10.75 crores. So obviously Punjab believes that he's the man who can deliver stuff for them. What is the threat? I think the threat is also linked to Maxwell. As I mentioned, that the threat to the franchise is that if Maxwell doesn't get going for the kind of money they've paid, because when you pay that kind of money, you expect that player to perform. If he's not performing, he's not in the team, you're looking to, you believe he's so pivotal that he becomes part of your, main planks when you look at the composition of the team. And if he doesn't get going like he didn't for Delhi Capitals a couple of seasons back, then it sets the whole franchise back. And of course, I think that also there's a new captain in place, so there will be. It's not really a threat, but it's a testing time for the new captain for Kings 11 Punjab, and therefore, overall, I think there's a lot for Kings 11 Punjab to prove to the world and themselves.